let's bring the January 2nd, 2025 regular Webster Town Board meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance. Flag.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we do roll call?
Supervisor Flaherty.
Here.
Councilwoman Cataldi. Present. Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen. Here. Councilwoman Wright. Here. Attorney to the Town Taylor.
Here. Well, we have a pretty short agenda tonight. It is New Year's, so we're going to not go too crazy to start the year. But bittersweet to start this because we have some honorees, proclamations for Amy Crumley, who has been the president of the library board for the last 2 or 3 years. Has it been 4? Boy, does time fly. And also Eileen Brookins, who's been on the library board, I'm not going to even guess, 10 years? Right. The sweet part is, God bless you, you're going into retirement. The bitter part is, I think the last 5 years, Ben, there's been a lot of things that you've accomplished at the library. So without further ado, we're going to go over to the podium and we have a couple of proclamations to read. So we'll start with Eileen, and Eileen's family can come up. In fact, we would prefer if Eileen's family came up. And if Eileen's family has any words they want to say too, we have done that before, no pressure. So Jay, are you going to read
Yes.
Eileen's okay? I'll have you come right up.
This is for you. Hi, David. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
As the liaison for the Webster Public Library and the museum, I'm honored and privileged to have the supervisor dedicated for me to read this proclamation. And, oh my God, this is a long one. You want to read everything? Okay, sorry. All right, it said, proclamation for outstanding service presented to Eileen Brookins. And again, I think may I add David in there too as well, because I know they say it's a great, behind a great woman, that's a great man. Whereas is to intend the Webster Town Board to recognize the outstanding effort and contribution to its citizens. And whereas Webster is stronger to the work for the volunteers who have chosen to serve their community by serving on the board that oversee the govern the town operation, and whereas Eileen was appointed by the library board by the town in 2014, she has served as a secretary for most of her terms, diligently keeping up with the requirement, especially during the time of rapid changing requirements during the pandemic. Further, her leadership role has helped create stability and forward momentum during time of challenge and change. And whereas Eileen served not only on the library board, but also within the leadership position within Friends of the Library and the Webster Museum. For those links help ensure the strong relationship with both organizations, while Eileen also assisted the countless fundraising efforts over the years. And whereas Eileen's selfless volunteerism throughout many organizations in Webster is one of which its citizens should aspire. Eileen will be missed for her willingness to help wherever needed with all these things, which helped build organizations across our community to benefit of all its residents. Now, therefore, is resolved that is the occasion of her retirement from the library board as the supervisor of the town of Webster, on behalf of the supervisor of town of Webster, and the Webster Town Board and the entire Webster community, we extend our sincere thanks to Aline for 10 years and dedication and service. Thank you so much, Aline. We love you.
We gotta do both.
Tripped in.
Okay, we're good.
Great.
I just wanted to say what a privilege it's been to work with Amy and all of the board members at the library, to work with Ginny and the town board, Adam and the library staff. It's been a labor of love for me. Thank you for giving me that opportunity, and I look forward to our continuing working together.
All right, well, Amy, if you and your family, if you have family members here would like to come up, and Adam, thank you. I will say that, as I said to you before, Amy, I'm going to miss you at our monthly meetings. You know, I think we've had some fun in those libraries.
This is a proclamation for outstanding service presented to Amy Crumley. Whereas it is the intent of the Webster Town Board to recognize the outstanding efforts and contributions of its citizens, and whereas Webster is stronger for the work of the volunteers who have chosen to serve their community by serving on the boards that oversee and govern the town's operations, and whereas Amy was appointed to the library board by the town in 2014. She assisted with the renovation project which completely transformed the library while also helping to reimagine the child's area, which children and families enjoy to this day. And whereas Amy accepted the role of president of library board in 2021, assuming a leadership role in the midst of a pandemic. Under Amy's leadership, the library transitioned from one retiring director with a selection of its next with exemplary professionalism. Amy, not me, that's my editorializing. Amy has helped recruit excellent new board members, and during her presidency, she also oversaw the transition of the library going fine-free. And whereas Amy embodies the spirit of volunteerism and servant leadership, the town of Webster is better for Amy's contributions, and she leaves the library in a stronger position. Amy will be missed for all of these things, but especially her quiet, professional, and collegial leadership that has helped raise up the library. Now, therefore, be resolved that on the occasion of a retirement from the library board, on behalf of the supervisor of the town of Webster, and on behalf of the Webster Town Board and the entire Webster community, we extend our sincerest thanks to Amy for 10 years of dedicated service. Thank you, Amy.
Amy?
Thank you. Webster Library is the best. It was a great opportunity, and I worked with some wonderful people, and I look forward to being a library patron. That was a joke as we were walking in, but no, not a plan.
So I just have to say, if Eileen and her family and Amy and her family are thinking of like just storming the farm now, you get out of here, before we get into the paint drying part of the meeting. I will say this, Amy, you was the president the last 4 years. Eileen, you for 10 years on the board. There are other board members here tonight. I got to tell you something. I think one of the biggest things that a governance board can do is identify and bring on executive directors. You hit a home run ball with Adam Trout. And that to me will forever be your legacy. And when you see what happens in future years, that's on you guys, and I mean that as a compliment. Did I come out wrong? Well, I think you all know what I mean. Is that
One of the wonderful achievements.
Thank you, John. I think, you know.
The future is bright for the library.
I think
Black cloud has been lifted.
I think I know what that you guys know what I mean. think where the library has come from, and the relationship the library and the library board has had with the town governance. It's, to me, one of my proudest things of the 5 years I've been supervisor is watching that grow and become more coalesced between the library leadership and the town board leadership. And I just, like I said, we'll miss you, but you've left it in very good hands. So thank you.
Thank you both for your volunteerism.
Thank you everyone for being here today.
So now the grass are growing or the paint drying. No, not really. This could be the exciting part. Open to the floor portion of the meeting where any speaker would like to get on the podium for 5 minutes, either they're all storming the podium or they're all leaving. All right.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Does anybody make a beeline for the podium, Kyle?
I'm not seeing it.
Come on, Ann. This is your moment. I guess everybody's home, getting over New Year's Eve, so we will not have any speakers tonight. Next up is the previous meeting's minutes for approval. Our last meeting was on December 19th. We had a workshop that night. We also had a regular town board meeting. So on through the workshop meetings, I make a motion that we approve them.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn. Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And then I also make a motion that we approve the December 19th, 2024 regular board meeting.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
It just dawned on me that I think when we still have the crowd here, the people that are watching this live or on tape, I've been remiss to say that we have Kyle Taylor is sitting in the hot seat. Is that where we're going to? He's in the middle because he is the legal counsel for the town of Webster's municipal law needs, along with his partner John DeMarco and also Frank Chardy is counsel of. They're handling the planning board and the zoning board. But you're going to see, I would think, a lot of Kyle, because Kyle has he drew the short straw. He got the town board, he also got all the general municipal, which means he's getting to know our department heads. So, Kyle, welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Did Tom give you the rundown on the seasonal ties and hats?
Seasonal ties required. Did that memo yet, but I look forward to it.
We'll send some pictures.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, well, you got to do you. Charlie did him, and but so
Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Patty, I think it was you today, right?
I did, and that pile of bills and prepaid warrants was pretty thick. So I reviewed all of it, and it was all in order, and I make a motion that we pay the bills.
Sorry.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
All right, well, I reviewed the prepaid warrants as submitted by last year's Director of Finance, Paul Adams, and this year's Director of Finance, Paul Adams, and I make a motion that we approve those.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And I reviewed the purchase orders as submitted by Paul Adams, the Director of Finance, and make a motion that we approve those.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Paul, the last two resolutions, these are very common at our board meetings, the transfers and the budget amendments. Is there anything, when you got them out as usual to the board a week in advance?
Yeah, quite a few days ago, I got them out. We have some budget amendments and some routine budget transfers. The reason for the amendments are New York State employees and police and fire retirement system bill for the year came in higher than expected. So I had to make a move to cover that. We have a number of consultants working on the Fairlight project. about $65,000 to cover that. As I mentioned, other times we have received quite a bit of additional revenue to offset those fees, so basically I'm covering it with that revenue. The police overtime ran high, but the officers' compensation was lower than expected because they were short-staffed. So overall, it's fine. I just had to move from one line item to another. So same type of thing with the highway general repairs, labor line, and the part-time fund ran high, but some of the others, such as snow labor, was quite a bit under budget, so just shifted one to the others. Overall, it was good.
And these are obviously all 2024 calendar year.
These are 24 budget transfers and amendments.
24 budget transfers and amendments could run right up through March of 25?
Yeah, we'll probably have 2 more rounds of it as we continue to close the books in the next 5 weeks or so.
And if people remember, I think we mentioned in a board meeting a couple weeks ago that we had our 3rd quarter at the end of September, sometime in mid-October, early November. We reported that our 3 quarters of 24, our actual revenues, our actual expenses were running really much better than what we had budgeted. So it looks like we're going to have a good year financially, which is kind of the trend that has gone on in the town for years. As I've said, long before I was supervisor, this governance has always budgeted conservatively on revenues and also conservatively on expenses. So and that's a good way to go about it. And it's helped us with our fund balance. So looking forward to, once the audit comes in at the end of March, that you'll be reporting on another good calendar year. So with all that being said, any questions by the board members? No. Well, I make a motion to approve the 2024 budget transfers as presented by Paul Adams, Director of Finance.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi. Aye. Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And I make a motion to approve the 2024 budget amendments as presented by Paul Adams, Director of Finance.
Second. Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
Well, that's it, gang, for the formal part of this. We like to do our round table. Paul, we're going to start with you.
Sounds good. I missed our last board meeting, which was Charlie's last meeting, so I'd just like to wish Charlie well. It's been a great pleasure working with him for the past few years. So I hope he enjoys his extra time. And I think Happy New Year to everyone.
Jennifer.
I would like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. It's been an interesting year, a very dynamic and busy year, and I'm happy to be part of the town board. And you stole my thunder a little bit. I wanted to welcome Kyle as the attorney to the planning board. It's been a pleasure working with you on the town board. It's been a pleasure working with you on the planning board. And yeah, I'm happy to have you here.
And I gotta say to Jennifer, this is the time now that you're 1 year in. You're not a rookie anymore. Now you're a veteran.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you tried to pull that rookie nonsense for at least 2 years.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I played the card. 3.5 years in. Well, I'm
You
kind
played
of
well.
new to this.
Yeah, but it didn't work so
Yeah,
well.
well, it takes a little, the learning curve might be a little steeper in your chair. I'll give you that.
There's a lot to learn in all the chairs.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
I don't know how to say anything more than everyone else has said. I wish everyone a happy new year. It's filled with good health and happiness and certainly many blessings. And yes, welcome Kyle, happy to have you on board.
Kyle?
Thank you everyone for the warm welcome. Supervisor, thank you for setting up the meetings the last few weeks. I've had an opportunity to meet some new people within the town, and I look forward to working with everyone. Certainly I know I speak for myself and for John and Frank, we're excited to continue to work with the town, hopefully for a long time to come. Thank you.
Jenny?
All right, first of all, we're celebrating our new year. I would like to wish everyone a very happy and healthy life. And please remember to thank our veterans and all the men and women in uniforms that fought for our freedom. I would like to again thank you, Amy and Eileen, and congratulate them, for their leaderships and the dedication to the Webster Public Library. And welcome Kyle, John, and Frank to our board. We honor and privilege to have you. And also, I would like to take this moment to say the prayer to the victims of the New Orleans and Las Vegas tragic attacks. I want people to know that America is still the best country to live, and we do not allow cow acts to scare us. And just to switch here, please come out to support our Webster Museum and our Webster Library. They exist because of you. And please come out to support our local businesses as well. God bless everyone, and God bless America.
John?
Well, just to follow suit, I do wish everybody a happy New Year. Kyle, welcome. John and Frank, very excited, very happy to have you here. I am extremely optimistic about this upcoming year. I think as a country, we're going to have some very positive changes that people have been looking forward to for a number of years. I'm very happy. So, God bless us.
Well, didn't I have a sneaky suspicion I know you're going to finish this tonight?
Yes, town and county taxes is started. We are collecting. We have multiple ways that you can make your payments, either online through the Monroe County website. Use our drop box that is available 24/7 in between the two front doors of Town Hall. You can mail in your payments, or you can come and visit us in person between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m.
I received my Webster today in the mail today, the January edition, and it has a nice write-up, I think on page 3 or 4, about the different ways you can pay your taxes. Interestingly enough, that came to my house on January 2nd. My tax bill hasn't yet.
This is true.
So I bet you haven't gotten the onslaught yet.
Not yet. We're hoping that the vendor, our third-party vendor, gets them in the mail either today or tomorrow. So we should see them early next week.
Some very good articles in that publication this month. Very good one.
So, well, that concludes the meeting, and we did it all before 8 o'clock. So this is officially adjourned. Actually, this one started at 7:37. I told my family this will be over by 8. Oh, yeah, sure. All right. Did you?